Welcome back to the Real Women of Coaching. Our conversation continues today with Cindy Griffin, head women's basketball coach at St. Joseph's University. We had the opportunity to talk to Cindy about work-life balance and how she maintains a balance with her busy work schedule. Let's see what she has to say.
I never thought about leaving coaching. You know, it's really bad, but we kind of planned our pregnancies around the season, and we were fortunate enough, God granted, that that ability to plan that. And so we were able to have our babies in May and June, which is really good for basketball, you know. So it never really crossed my mind that we were, you know, it was too much or we couldn't handle it. In fact, there's probably no way that you could do this, the coaching, without a supportive spouse. And I'm fortunate enough to have a spouse that coached wrestling, you know, coached track, coached other sports, and at the high school level that understands the commitment that coaches put in at any level. And he understands that it's not, you know, it's not just about the practice, it's about the practice preparation. For us, it's about recruiting and timing and understanding that it's time demanding, you know, and sometimes he may take the last priority at times, you know, and it's very important that your spouse understands that, because you know, they're not going to get all the attention that maybe some people need, you know, and that's really important that they understand and support that. But on the other side of it, you know, it's really important that as coaches that we support our spouses as well in whatever profession that they're in, and to make sure that it is, although it's, you know, you say it's 50-50, sometimes it's going to be 70-30 or 30-70, but at the end of the day, we have to both feed in to make it all work. They'll down screen for her, and she's coming off. She's much better coming right to left, which is odd for a right-handed shooter. Okay, and then it's a side dribble for a shot. I think managing as a mom and as a coach is sometimes challenging, but we try to get those two competing forces and really bring them together as a family type atmosphere here at St. Joe's. And the student athletes are my kids, and as are my own kids. You know, I think that the key is that you bring them together, and they can share in the experience with both situations. I travel with my kids sometimes, you know, maybe not all three of them at one time at this point, but one usually comes with us. And I think it's good for the kids to see that, you know, there is, you know, obviously as a coach, there's other things that I have to do besides be a coach. And I think for the student athletes, it's important for them to see that, you know, there is more to life than just basketball. For example, we were traveling the other day, and you know, I needed to use the restroom, and I think nothing of just saying, hey, Shelby, can you watch Hannah for me? And I trust that Shelby's going to watch her and take good care of her and make sure that she's not going to disappear. We're on the airplane. I had to go through a scouting report with one of my assistant coaches, and I said to one of my other guards, Prim, I said, Primmy, can you sit next to Hannah? And not only did she sit next to her, I look back and they're playing this Burger King game on the iPad. So, you know, I think it's a little bit, you know, we're all kids at heart. So even though we might be 20, we might be 30, we might be 40, somewhere deep inside of us, we're all little kids. And I think it's pretty neat for both of us, you know, for my kids as well, because, you know, I'm watching my 8-year-old play yesterday, and she shoots a foul shot. She puts the ball behind her head like this, like Katie Kuster does, one of our guards. I said, what are you doing? She's like, don't tell Katie I'm doing that. You know, so they do things like what our players do. And I think they're, as I'm a role model for them, they're role models for my kids. So it kind of works both ways.
Once again, we thank you for joining us for this episode of The Real Women of Coaching, part of the Women's Coaching Network. Join us next time as Cindy Griffin speaks about the importance of mentoring for women coaches.